birthday, girl. How does it feel to be old as dirt?
I am not old. Well, I'm old, but not old as dirt. It feels good.
54 of them things?
54.
Revolutions around the sun?
Man.
Did you think that when you were a young girl, where did you see yourself being at 54?
I didn't even think of it.
Never even crossed your mind, huh?
Never even crossed my mind. I thought 30 was old.
Yeah. That means technically I'm old.
Yeah. 30 was old. Look, you got gray hair. 30 was old back then.
I got gray hair on my chest.
You getting old?
Like, I got gray hair, yeah.
Getting old.
Ain't getting any younger. I embrace it, though.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. I love it.
That's all you can do. What else you gonna do?
Got my silver fox going on. The women love it. So as long as the women love it, I'm not complaining. I ain't got no complaints.
Oh, my goodness. You're that gray yet.
No, I'm not. But for me to have the amount that I do at 32, and I ain't getting no complaints, they just want to touch it, yeah.
But look, at least you got gray hair and you're not going bald. Like your daddy started going bald at 21.
It's just a little damp. I washed it earlier, but yeah, you see me. I was scared for most of my life about if I was going to have hair. We got it, though. We here. That thing thangin'. We here. It's about time for a retwist. I'm going to get that this next week. I need to. I think I'm going to have to do something with it.
Do what?
Like, I usually either get just like a retwist or two-strand, but I think I'm going to have them like a dreadlock retwist braid thing in it or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I got to find something that's going to work.
You got good lips.
Hey, it's going. Yeah. Like, I got... It be in my peripherals. It be having me tweaking out.
Okay, like what is that?
In the middle of the night. Exactly. Like, what, is that a shadow I just seen in the corner? No, it's my hair. Oh, was something in my ear touching me? Oh, it's my hair. Just, I hate it. I hate it. I was just talking to somebody the other day about what if you get in a fight and somebody pull your hair and some other shit. You better not pull my hair. Pull my hair. I'm gonna find you later. Ooh.
My child.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're his child. That's that Colin Horrid.
I'm about to get my mind right. I came over with some gin.
I got some sake.
I got my mama some sake. I know that's what she likes, so that's why I brought her for her birthday.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not big on birthday presents and gifts and all that other shit like that. Technically, I give 2 fucks on what day it is for her birthday or whatever, but it's my mama's birthday, so.
What is that?
Tobacco leaf?
I don't know.
Like actual leaf with the vein in it and everything. Like,
wow. Okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm smoking on. This ain't just a joint. I'm rolling leaves. That's what it is out here. Don't act so surprised. That's what I've been on.
It's a tobacco leaf?
It's a whole leaf.
Okay.
You can go buy like a whole big ass leaf stuffed into a bag that you got to take out and roll out and cut your own individual squares out of it.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I guess.
People is doing that. I'm not doing all that. I'll buy the pre-cut ones and roll that bitch. But
Okay.
so at 54, you got what? 4 babies.
I do.
Youngest is 18.
Thank God.
Oldest is 40.
No, he's
39. Yeah,
He'll
he's
be
just
40
turned
next
39.
year.
So you had your first kid when you were...
I was 14.
14?
I turned 15 the month after I had him.
Ooh,
A month and a day later.
I couldn't imagine having a baby when I was that age. Although I want to say you were in like a different time. But also, like, yeah, I bet it wasn't any easier.
No, I was 14 years old. I had sex once and got pregnant.
One time, one and done.
And had a baby.
Just like that. One and done. Oh, and I met his dad, didn't I?
Yeah, it's his graduation.
Yeah, he was finally here and I met him.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time I ever met him. 32 years of living, the only time I ever seen that nigga.
Yeah.
Couldn't pick him out on the lineup right now, probably, if you showed him to me. Not really.
Kind of. They just don't have the same eyes. His dad has blue eyes. like Marcus's.
That's where he gets it from?
Well, that and grandmother's side.
That's that Caucasian somewhere now.
Yeah. That's that Scottish that snuck in there.
Yeah, exactly. When you really look at the family tree and shit.
It's that Scottish that snuck in there, and I think there's some French, and then there's some Native American. We got lots of stuff mixed in.
That's the real American Negro right there. That's what that is.
There's lots mixed in.
What are you looking forward to this year now that you're 54 and your oldest child is now no longer a baby, and before the year is over, will be spreading his own wings?
Man,
because you've been raising kids for...
I've been raising kids almost my entire life.
39 years, like you said, right?
And I'm 54. I do not know what life is like without raising children, and I'm looking forward to finding out. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find out what life is like after kids. Like, I'm going to move down and go take care of your granddad, probably. And I'm gonna leave.
I think that's a good look for you to go do. Mm-hmm. Even if you don't stay there all the time, but just go down there and spend part of your year down there.
Oh yeah, be down there on the farm. Maybe have some vegetables growing in the back.
You ain't growing shit.
Yes, I am. Like, I'm gonna be like Jody's mama. I'm gonna be like Jody's mama.
You better go find you a big range down there too. Is that what you saying?
I might. Shoot, I might be down there like, hey.
Don't have me down there like Jody fucking shit up. I ain't no baby boy. Me no punk bitch. Don't have me come down there. They're like, there's a new serial killer in California. Wherever this lady go, niggas just come up missing. Yeah.
No. I'm just...
Expeditiously.
The pomegranate bushes haven't been taken care of. Granddad said...
You got pomegranates?
He has 2 pomegranate bushes. But the squirrels were messing with them, then the crows were like picking at him, so they go pick a hole in one of each one.
Mm-hmm. And then the fruit don't grow right.
Yeah, so he needs like netting put over that for next year. He need
a little wacky inflatable arm flailing tube man to be out there to just scarecrow keep shit away.
The grapefruit trees haven't been getting watered, so because he said nobody eats the grapefruit, so we let them get like dried out.
They withered out and they done.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they've been there for like 30 some years, so or longer. But
can you imagine the experience in that fruit?
Yeah,
30. That's 30 years of 30 seasons. Of storms and drought and other things, and that motherfucker's still out there.
Yeah, it's probably been a good 40 some years that they've been growing. And then the lemon trees, there's 2 of them in the back.
And that's where he got those lemons that we just got from, right?
Yes. He waters the lemon trees. He does not water the rest. The grapevine that was across the fence, he said he has not been watering that, and it's all dried up. But that grapevine has been there since I was 10. So it's been there for 44 years.
How long is it?
He was cutting it back, so I don't even know how long it is right now.
It's like
it like grew through the chain link fence. A crow had to have dropped some seeds or something because Granddad Pennington didn't plant that there. But it's been there since I remember I was 9 or 10, and I went down there and there was a grapevine growing across the fence, and that was the first time I had seen it, and it's still there. So.
When's the last time you were on the property?
Yeah, when I went down for Grandmother's funeral.
That's a few years
3 years ago. It was still there, and Granddad said it's dried out now. He doesn't plan on watering that either. So it's okay. I'm gonna go down and do it, but yeah, I'll be like Jody's mama down there gardening. Have me some little raised beds in the back.
Chilling, not giving a fuck, doing your thing.
Okay, like maybe even doing some chickens. Because Grandma and Granddad used to have chickens.
Okay, so if you get chickens, are you going to go free range where they can just go wherever? Or
yes.
Are you going to get a coop for them? Free range?
I want them to be free range out there.
You got coyotes down there?
I don't think so. I've never seen coyotes.
You never know what you get down there in Fresno. It's got these mountains out to the east.
Yeah.
It's just all farmland, which I guarantee you got coyotes running through that bitch somewhere.
Well, I'll put them in the backyard.
You think that little 4-foot fence is stopping that?
Yeah.
No. Coyote will hop a 6-foot fence.
Oh. Well,
So you can get you a livestock protection dog while you down there or something.
I actually probably would get a dog moving down.
Yeah, get you a livestock protection dog, like some kind of big shepherd that can just, it's enough yard.
I want goats
It's
too.
not, oh yeah.
I want goats. I want the goats. The fainting goats.
All the goats, Bill.
That or the African, the dwarf pygmy goats. Because they're super cute. And since they're from Africa, they can tolerate the heat, but I will have like some place that they can have.
Goats can tolerate the heat.
Yeah.
Goats are
I want
goats. The heat, the drought that's out in Fresno, the little shrubs and other little shit to eat in the yard and all that. Yeah.
They cut it down. They would. They would just, man, want
they'll
that.
clean that yard right up.
Yeah.
You can get a goat for like $150 a piece. You can go spend a couple $100 to get a couple goats. Just let them niggas loose. And then what you do after that is you let your neighbors see what the goats did to the yard, and people are like, oh, I want that too. Hey, for $300 a week, my goat can come stay in your yard and come trim all your shit up too.
Well, next door it's mostly just their backyard is all dirt because that's where they had the bullpen.
A bullpen?
Yeah, I didn't tell you about the bullpen.
No, like an actual like rodeo style bullpen.
So they have like a bullpen, like there's this big, huge backyard. And they have a garage back there, but they had a bullpen in it. And so when we were like probably 8 or 9, we used to go over with the neighbors and we would torment the bull. Like we played a game like we wanted to see who could like antagonize the bull. And then as it started coming toward you, then we would jump the fence and try to make it to the bullpen before the bull can get us. Not once did we ever think what was going to happen if it got us. You. It was a big old bull and it used to charge us.
Stop to that. Did he have horns?
Yes.
He had the horns.
This was the 70s.
You was out there like you was in Madrid. Yeah. Running out the bulls and shit.
I think it was Uncle Mam's idea.
That don't surprise me. That sounds like a magic idea.
We did that. I remember we did that for like the whole summer. That was our game that we played.
Bull and running from him.
We would like throw rocks over at it. We would yell at it. And then as soon as it turned and it paid attention to us, we would jump the fence. It was me, your Uncle Mav, it was Hector, Javito, and Lisa. we would be over
down there with some Cholos.
Shelly and Dietrich, our cousins. We would be out there with the neighbors. Because their parents would be gone. Granddad Pennington would be gone. He'd go over to his friend's house, or else he'd be back there watering, all his vegetables and stuff. And grandmother would be at work, and we'd be out there just antagonizing the bull. But man, the neighbors down the street had a bull, a white one that got loose, and it was on that little back road behind it. It tried to get us. We had to run for our lives.
I ran from a dog once or twice as a kid. I ain't never had to run from a bull.
We ran from the bull. It was a big white bull. I remember that. Like we jumped over the fence because there's like that little drainage ditch that I don't know what they call that thing, but it's like the irrigation ditch that flows through back over there. And so it used to fill up with water, and we would go and swim in it. And so we were down there, and one time we jumped over the back fence, and we looked. We were just walking to see like if there's anything we can see down in the water, and we're like, no, it looks good. And like we're getting ready to go there, and look up, and there's a white bull that was coming for us too. It was a neighbor's bull. It got out.
Coming down the road already. You fucking kids. Remember that bullshit you did last week, teasing me? Like,
no, that's not the one we were teasing.
You never teased that bull at all.
No, they kept that. He was mean. They kept him locked up.
Separate from everybody else.
And he got loose.
A bull.
Man, and he came after us.
What ended up happening?
We got away.
You got away?
We got away.
We ended up getting him back.
They got him back. We got away. We was chilling the rest of the day. We're not going back out.
Imagine if the story would have been different. Like, that's when your cousin Theodore got gored by a bull when we were 12.
I think we were like 9 or 10. Yeah, we were, man.
I would have loved that.
I got shot with a BB gun down there.
Where did you get shot at?
One of my arms.
Did it go in the skin?
It did. I can't remember this. I think it was that one. They shot the, I can't remember if Hector or Javito did it. They shot the telephone pole. It ricocheted off and got me.
You know what's crazy is I got hit with a ricochet from a BB gun when I was a kid, and I almost lost an eye. And you've never heard this before, right?
Where
this
were you
is
at?
my mother. I was with one of my cousins. I'm not going to get into specifics or whatever with that, but
you was with shot or man.
Basically, for some reason, we decided that, like, yeah, hold this bottle up and I'm going to shoot that, whatever. So I pulled this thing up and he shot it, and that BB came and hit me right here in the corner of the eye. And it hit me hard enough to I fell on the ground and I might have cried. Like it was like it hit me hard as fuck when I was a little kid. Just it was bad.
So you was with shot, huh?
I'm not gonna say
you was with shot or man.
But yeah, just stupid like elementary school kid doing shit, and yeah, I almost lost my mind thinking about it now when I be watching people tell stories about like their childhood, and people are like, "I'm surprised we made it to adults with all our fingers and eyes," and I'm like, "Me too." Because I had some shit go down in life. Like, I'm surprised I made it with all of these and everything intact.
Man, I'm surprised we did. Especially after Uncle Mav his friend shot my friend Troy under the eye with the arrow.
Troy Gua?
Yeah. So.
Okay, how did that? So, hold on. Because you're telling me somebody got shot under the eye with an arrow. Is it like a long arrow or like a little crossbow?
Oh, it was a long arrow.
And it hit him and like stuck out of his face?
It was sticking out of his face. So we were in kindergarten. So we were like 5 or 6 years old, playing in the backyard. We had a swing set, the kind where it was like one kid on this side, one kid on this side, and it just swung back and forth. Mm-hmm. And Uncle Mav had got a bow and arrow on the target set.
Indian set.
Yeah, okay, real set. Like with this big old bullseye, target, and he had it in the backyard, but it was over by where my swing set was. No. They were real arrows.
Like with the actual like triangle-shaped little arrow on
Yes. Because it was the 70s, and that's what...
Hey, back then, I forgot, you could order guns off of Sears Magazine and all sorts of shit. Like,
yeah. So they bought that for him, and it was this mean little kid named Mike that he lived a couple houses down, and he was over playing with your uncle, and him and your uncle were out there, and me and Troy were on my swing set, and his friend kept acting like he was going to shoot us, and I was like, I'm going to tell my mommy on you. I'm like, you better leave us alone. And he was like acting like he was going to do it, and then he accidentally let it go. And like we were on the swing, and I remember that like the arrow came, I saw it go flying towards his face. It was stuck, it went right under his eyeball,
under his orbital bone underneath.
Oh yeah, to the occipital there, it was stuck. And he was screaming, and I was screaming for Nana. And then we had to get his parents. Like he had to go to the hospital. They had to surgically remove it. He had to wear an eye patch for a long time.
And he was fucked up. Yes. He changed his childhood.
Okay,
not you, but that kid.
And his parents, and we were the only black people in the neighborhood. And his parents still let him come play with us. Like he's still because he was
in Seattle.
It was in SeaTac because he was not going to school without me. That was my best friend.
Your best friend.
Yes.
And you still know him to this day.
I do.
I see y'all interact with each other on my Like, my mom was like an earliest friend.
Yeah.
Did he get sick or something?
He got
like
cancer. He just finished his cancer treatment.
I remember seeing something like that because I do have him on. I'm not on social media very often, but
yeah. He just thankfully finished his cancer.
We should I got to get another camera and some more mics and whatnot. I'm trying to finish getting some more business shit together. But then that'd be a dope person I'd like to go sit down with you.
Oh, man.
And just talk about like you guys' early childhood in SeaTac back in the day and shit like that. Cause that's all about like what my channel's all about. Top of the West, baby. I'm trying to see some of this shit that made the West Coast what it is. So, because that's what happened to Mike?
He couldn't come play at our house anymore.
Well, no, of course that. I can see Nana and her voice telling him.
I don't even remember what she said. It was I was like 5 or 6. I was just traumatized. Like
he could have killed that boy.
He could have killed him. Seriously. Like my best friend.
Or it could have been into his eye. He could have been blind and could have went in and through his eye and killed him. Or it could have been lower and went into his mouth and hit the back of his throat. It could have hit him in the neck.
Oh yeah.
Anything. That lady got basset hounds. Okay, lady. You don't see basset hounds very often. That's an old American non-Negro breed of dog right there. That's a Southern breed. You don't just see basset hounds around there.
I might get some kind of dog down in California.
I say do it.
Talk to your uncle, see what all he's planning on doing down there. But yeah, we had some times down there.
What do you remember about your grandpa Pennington? Because I never met him. And this is the man that married my phenomenal great grandmother. From all the things I've heard about her. So
he had a white El Camino that I always wanted to have when I was grown. I was like, I want this. That's what I wanted. I don't know. I don't remember when they sold it, but I didn't get it after he passed away. It was like it was probably like a 67 or 68.
Like the good years for it too. The ones that now you see candy painted out at the car shows and shit with spinners on them and shit.
But it was white, and we used to ride on the back of it, and he would take us over, and he would go play dominoes with his buddies while grandmother was at work if he was off work. And then
I almost pulled them out of my bag, but they ain't in there. I took them out. My dominoes, I be keeping them things on me.
So yeah, we would sit back there and just be chilling, and then we would go over to his friends' houses, and like we would play with all the neighborhood kids and be running around. And for me, that was some of the best times, just because I grew up in SeaTac and there wasn't anybody else that looked like me. But when I went to California,
everybody looked like you.
Everybody was Mexican or black. So I had other kids that looked like me, and it was great. So I did, but he smoked a pipe. And he sat in the chair.
With just tobacco or wacky tobacco?
Just tobacco. But he would do it, and I remember I used to come and I'd snatch his pipe, and I'd be like, "You shouldn't smoke, Grandpa. It's not good for you." And he'd be like, baby, don't mess with me. Just get back." And I'd be like, "But Granddad, that's not good for you." and I never got in trouble for it. But yeah, I would take his pipe. I would be trying to like dump it out. I'd go sit on his lap, take his pipe.
You don't need that.
Yeah, but yeah, that was my grandpa.
Were they married before you were born?
Oh yeah, they got married. I think when Granddad was a teenager.
Oh,
so that was my grandfather, my old life.
It wasn't like somebody that came in the picture halfway through or nothing.
No. So I mean, that was just always my granddad, and he would have us out there helping him, going up and down the rows of all the fruits and vegetables and stuff, and watering them.
He's out there with that hoe?
Early in the morning. We'd be out there early in the morning. And then I remember one summer he decided we needed to learn how to pluck chickens. So we got up. He had us come outside in the morning, and he had tied the chickens upside down by their feet on the fence. And he walked by and just snapped their necks like that. And then grandmother had a big old pot on a picnic table out there of boiling water, and they dip them in there, and then we'd have to pluck them. It smells horrible.
Because it was a dirty ass chicken that been outside and living out in the ground, outside all year.
We would go feed the chickens.
Yeah. And then what is the story you talking about when you were a kid? One of them chickens was like, you thought it was your pet or your friend?
Yes. Okay, so one summer, Mav and I were down there, and we each picked out a chick that was going to be our chicken. So, and we had left. Granddad had just built the, remember the barbecue pit? Or no, you probably remember the barbecue pit in the back. He had like the shed with the barbecue in it that he had built. Granddad Pennington did? Nope. Okay, well, he built that when I was a little kid.
Like a smokehouse?
Kind of, yeah.
You said a shed with the barbecue pit. Yeah,
okay. He had like a brick barbecue that he built, and it was in the shed. So, because he barbecued and stuff. But, yeah.
I'm interested in like who he was and like where he came from.
I don't know where he came from.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
somewhere down south.
Really heard.
Yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, so Uncle Mav and I, we were like, we each picked our chick that was going to be ours, and we made sure that it ate extra. Like we would watch them, and then we would climb up to the back.
Fuck the other birds. This is mine. Hey, your bird was getting bullied when you wasn't around.
Oh. So every morning we would go out there. He had ducks, he had geese, he had chickens. The geese were mean. They would try to bite you.
Very territorial.
Oh man, they were
wings out, man. Fuck out of here. Big old neck.
They were
grabbing
so
you
bad.
and shit.
Like we couldn't.
That's a guard goose.
They were.
Yeah.
They were. I remember they big granddad. I was like, dang. But no, we'd be out there, and I think Shelly and Dietrich were there that summer. They must have been out to Ruby's house. But yeah, so we decided we were going to teach these chicks to fly. So we would climb up there to the top of the shed and throw them off.
Baby chicken.
Yes. Well, I mean, we waited till they were probably about that big, but yeah.
They had their feathers and stuff like that, but a chicken don't fly if flutter. But
Granddad said, baby, those don't fly. And we're like, we're going to teach them to fly. So we would climb to the top of the shed when he was...
Ain't no telling me no wrong, huh?
And we would it was Tom and Lisa. That's it. I had Lisa, because I named her after my friend next door. and he had Tom, and we would take them up there and we would just throw them off. It'd be like, fly.
All the way down to the bottom.
All the way to the bottom. We did that over and over again, like the whole summer. And then when we left, we're like, don't eat Tom and Lisa, okay? And he's like, okay, baby. And the next year we came
And
back.
that's such a cold cat to be in them times too. If you think about like how people were, because like that's a man's man back in the day. So to look kids in the face and just be like, okay, baby, what's going on? Knowing damn well in your mind, when you come back, we're gonna eat that bird. Like,
And the next summer we were sitting there eating dinner, and I was like, Granddad, where's Tom? Where's Lisa? And he's like, baby, you probably eating Lisa right now. And I was like, you weren't supposed to cook my chicken. He was like, that's what they're for. And I was like, but you weren't supposed to cook my chicken. Like, that's named after my best friend.
hey, you remember how she tastes? How does she taste? Do you remember?
Chicken was so good back then. Free range chicken.
I bet it was something different versus this bullshit Tyson farm ass whatever.
Man.
I gotta check on my boy AJ. He was putting together a chicken coop. He's supposed to be having chicken. Jamel. My boy Jamel from back in Tacoma, Jamel got chickens.
What?
Yeah, Jamel back on the east side over at his mama's house. He had like 6 of them things at one point in the coop and shit back then. Yeah, I'm all for it. When people tell me, even my old neighbor Derek had chickens, like I've known people who got chickens and shit over the years. Like I'm all for it. When I get myself a house with some space where I can do it, I'm getting chickens. Although not pheasants, but I hear quail or something like that might be also like really like good to grow and have another little bird in the backyard.
I don't know if quails can handle, because they're small, so I don't know if they can, handle just getting to run around out there and not, be trying to get under the fence or whatever. So I don't know.
You just gotta have a good yard or a good fence or hell of land where you ain't worried about it.
Yeah.
All right, what's some other childhood favorite memories you have of being in California? Because like the family's from both here and there, but you went and spent a lot of time down there. What were some other things that really like influenced you as a young person from going down to California? Because I don't want to touch on it too much right now, but you told me about some of the culture shock you had of going and living places like here where it was all basically white folks. You just want all these black kids around versus like you say you go back home there. There's niggas and Mexicans everywhere. So like how was that for you growing up, spending that time in California?
It was great because growing up in SeaTac, the only time that we ever really saw anybody that looked like us was on Sunday when we went to church, and we went to grandmother's house after church on Sunday for Sunday dinners with the family. So even after we stopped all going to the same church, we would still go over there most of the time, until I was probably like 6 or 7.
When you're saying grandma, this is Nana's mom, not because Granddad's mother has always been in California.
Always in California.
So this is the Frost side of the family.
Yeah. So we would get
Shout out
together
to the Frost
side.
Motherfuckers don't know that, but that's me. Come on.
Yeah, we're the Frost, the Stevensons. Like we got some Grays, we got a whole bunch we got Browns, we got all kind of people here. So yeah. So it was different just because it was just Nana and her parents and her siblings and their spouses, and then your granny's side,
the Braswells,
and the granny side over there. Yeah, you said there was drinking there.
Well, I told you, I got Bombay lemonade in there, nigga. I've been sipping this for.
Okay. So then when we went to California, it was always like a big deal because Granddad's whole family was there. So,
Stevenson side that had been established.
The Dangerfield Thompson side.
Oh, yes.
Not the Stevensons.
I guess technically, yeah, because his father was a no-show, so that's his last name. But
it was just all the Dangerfields and and the Thompsons.
Are we related to Rodney Dangerfield?
I don't know.
That's an old comedian name I've always known my entire life, but it's just like, you don't hear the Dangerfield name. I've heard it 3 times my entire life. Rodney Dangerfield, some random Native American woman I was watching on TV at some point in life.
She is probably our relative.
And then our family. Like
I said, she is probably our family.
There's no other Dangerfield I ever hear about anywhere.
Yeah, because it's just not a common name. So, yeah, if it's a Dangerfield.
I love that last name. Like, just because it's so in touch with our roots and where we come from. It reminds me of almost like my stepbrother and stepsister with their native heritage. Their last names were First Writer. So there's certain names you hear, and it's like you hear it, and it's like, oh, that's definitely the way it comes out. Just even the way like Dangerfield, like that goes back to not only slave colonial times, but like Native American stuff as well. And,
oh yeah. So, just knowing that we got to go down there every summer and we would hang out with our cousin Dietrich and Shelly, and sometimes we would be at Auntie Ruby's house because she took care of them for a long time. So, like, they live with her, they live with grandmother.
Auntie Ruby is the baby? No, Auntie Rini was the baby.
Auntie Rini was the baby.
So, Auntie Ruby, who are her children?
She didn't have any kids.
So, that's why she took in other people's kids. And...
She always had Coley, Dwayne, Shelly.
Oh, okay. When you say that, I know exactly who you're talking about from movies that
Shelly and Dietrich.
I ain't seen it. I seen him online on something you was talking to him with a couple of times since then, but he drives trucks or something like that. He does. Right?
He's a truck driver.
I remember meeting him in California years ago when we was down there. That's the Williams or something like that. What's his last name? Don't play with me. I remember. I remember certain lists.
Because there's so many of us. There's so many of us, but like, that was
he looked like a California nigga when I met him too. Shout out to you, cousin. I ain't seen you since I was just a kid, but when I was down there, you look like one of them niggas I seen. Like, oh, I'm in Cali, like,
yeah. So like, that was always the big thing. Like, I would get to see Alexis because Aunt Dorothy would come over, and so if I was going to grandmother's house,
my favorite cousin, Miss Vaughn.
Oh yeah, so we would go over. We would hang out at Auntie Ruby's house. We would hang out at Auntie Dorothy's house. We would go to Aunt Joyce's house. We would go to Aunt Mildred's house. Like, I got to see my great aunts and that. Like, we would go to Uncle Troy's house.
There was 11 of them suckers.
There was 11 of them.
And that's such a beautiful thing versus how, like, I grew up with, I guess technically I have 3 aunts, but your sister has never really been here.
Because she moved to California when she was 3.
And I can, exactly.
And she's not much older than you.
Exactly. So I can't say nothing like that. But, like, I have 2 aunties that I grew up with. And those are 2 of my favorite people for just the relationship I had with them growing up. So for you to have so many of them, I can only imagine, like, it's a whole different thing.
It was such a great thing growing up just because our family took so much pride in togetherness and just, being there for each other. And so that was just so different than what I saw around me everywhere else. And so we would go down there and it's like, we'd go hang out. And I remember one time, Dietrich, Shelly, Mav, and I were in Auntie Ruby's car. We went someplace with her and she left us in the car and Shelly was in the front seat. And I remember she opened her glove compartment. She's like, Auntie got a gun in there. And I was like, what? She's like, girl, yeah, she carries a gun. Auntie Ruby carries a gun. Like, ain't nobody messing with Auntie Ruby.
And this is back in what, like
in the
70s, 80s?
70s. Auntie Ruby was, I don't know how tall she was, but she was probably at least 350. Nobody was messing with her.
She was a big lady.
She wasn't at first, but she got to be over the years because she had.
350. I don't care how tall you is. That's a big
was playing. But yeah, she kept a gun in her glove compartment.
Shout out to my auntie. I be keeping one in my glove compartment too. If not, it's on me. It's right here. But y'all,
Okay, grandmother had one in her purse. Auntie Ruby kept one in her glove compartment. That's just how it was. But yeah, it was always great because I knew I would get to go see other cousins, and so I just
that extended family. That it feels so. Having gone down to California with you years ago when we went to San Francisco or whatever with you, Bert, Xavier, and all that for that stuff. But then having gone with you where it was just me and you and Nana going down there and also spending time with the family, we're not like, hey, Cali is home.
It is.
Like, you get down there around some of your people and shit. Like, hey, like I really like it was cool as fuck, just chilling, and not even just that, but. And mind you, we were in a good part of Cali. We was in the Bay, in like the rich, not the rich little area.
Yeah, it was. San Francisco. Yeah, it is. Uncle Troy's house is in San Francisco.
The house we was at and the area we was in was a real nice area up on the hill. It wasn't down in no valley or nothing like that. But there's places like around here that you can drive through that are nicer. So that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
like it ain't like no high scale. It wasn't like multi-million-dollar homes.
Oh no, they're charging that for those.
Oh
homes.
no. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Thinking of
But
also
it was-
just where they were, but it was a very nice. I mean, I was the only one that I took a walk through the area. I guess y'all had been down through there. I walked down to the 7-Eleven and some other shit. I went a mile down the way and walked down the way and just did whatever. Very nice area, very different, quiet.
Very quiet.
Traffic wasn't bad. All that. There was still people out on the street. There's still people that was bumming and other shit like that. So I'm saying it wasn't no place where I've been around the country now, so I've seen some different things, but.
Yeah.
Nice little spot and whatnot, but Cali was cool, and the vibe of my cousins and everybody, and I can tell that they still are a very religious people.
I think
down
most of the
there
family, yes.
compared to how we are up here, which is one of those things that's always just like been one of the societal differences between me and a lot of the rest of my cousins, and not when I meet them. I come into the family function with a bottle in my hand and a blunt in my mouth trying to turn up. And they're like, well, Jesus says you shouldn't do this and that. And I'm
Well,
like,
Nana's side is more, religious too, but I'm the black sheep of the family.
So that makes me the triple black sheep of the family. Like,
I'm the black sheep. Yes,
Oh,
well, I don't
bet.
know that your family was the most religious.
hey, Bible thumping ass, yeah.
Well,
You ain't gotta act all
my
quiet
dad's
inside.
grandfather was a pastor.
Pardon me?
My dad's father was a pastor.
Okay. No, your dad's grandfather.
Yeah, his grandfather. So they were pretty religious.
And I got it on both ends because you come
He
from a
just had a
religious
couple
family.
of
You
answers.
come from a religious family, and then my grandmother,
Okay.
her actual bishops and pastors and others to do that. It's from all around the board. For me, everywhere I look, I come from Christianity and Reverend Durams and shit like that. As my daddy was.
Your dad don't count. He don't get to count for this. Not when it comes to religion. Your dad has his own views on it.
He do, but how does his view not count if you grew up in the same shit
I
as
know,
well?
but he
If
just,
you grew up in the same
he
shit
just
as
has a
well,
different view on religion.
as we all should, as I do.
Your dad used to get up on that.
Mother, you used to tell me weed was the devil.
Because I grew up, that's how it was supposed to be. It was the devil's
I need another drink. We're gonna step out for a second. I'm gonna restart this, but I'm
Next time, let
thirsty.
me know when you're recording.
No.